I like that. I've got to remember that.
Feel free to use that one.
I
I
will.
walked in the door and she tells me that, and I was like, okay, because I was thinking, take the map, fold it in half, and use scissors.
Yeah,
And she said, no, a seesaw. I was like, what?
that's funny.
So,
I like that.
well, all right, we're live. I went ahead and hit the button. That way they catch you laughing. So it's more energetic when we started.
Howdy, folks.
Live from the Bear Cave in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
And live from Atlanta, Georgia, or the suburbs of, it is the Keto Show with Lee, Rusty, and Mike.
And we have Bobby Joe, she put this in a little while ago, about 20 minutes ago. That she's been eating fried fish, shrimp, coleslaw for dinner,
Ooh, I love it.
keto style.
I love it.
So
That's a great dinner.
that sounds wonderful.
And we got Mad Dog in, or Madwood, rather.
Terry, how you doing,
Terry,
my
how
buddy?
you doing?
Rusty, what's going on, bud? Good to see you, sir.
Did you get the results back from the MRI that you had, Terry?
Oh, I was like, wait a minute.
You had an MRI?
Yeah, mine's not for another couple months. Yeah.
Okay, Maddie.
Yes.
What? How do you cut the ocean in half? You use a seesaw.
Oh my gosh.
She's
Oh
like,
no, this week has sucked. I'm so sorry.
oh,
That's bad, Terry. I'm. Oh my lord! Several. Oh man.
Ooh. Arthritis and several bulging discs.
I'm sorry.
My thoughts with you, brother.
Thoughts and prayers, brother. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. So,
Hang tough in there. Hang in there like a loose tooth.
yeah.
All righty. Well,
Mike, what do you got planned for tonight?
tonight. Well, I was going to do a version of Oysters Rockefeller. However, I didn't have any spinach. So I couldn't do Oysters Rockefeller. So I'm going to do I'm just going to call it a smoked oyster au gratin.
Okay.
And I got these right here. By the way, this was do something with a canned of seafood of some sort.
Seafood, yeah.
And this is canned right here.
You know, there's no reason for you to cook the catfish bait, Mike.
What's that?
So there's no reason for you to cook catfish bait. The fish don't care.
Ooh, Terry, I hate to hear that, buddy. Wow, especially after having last week or 2 weeks ago with the losing all your tools. Eek.
Oh, Lord, Terry.
Things happen in threes, brother. Hopefully you can find a third before it don't cost you no money.
Exactly.
Ouch.
Man.
So,
For those that didn't catch it, Rusty's saying I'm eating catfish bait tonight.
That's the only thing oysters are good for.
so Oysters Rockefeller, that's normally with like a stuffing, dressing kind of thing, right?
It's got you mix in cream and some freshly grated Parmesan cheese, which my Parmesan cheese is going to be on the floor. Yeah, I'm all right. I just can't keep from knocking stuff down. Mine's going to come from this. And why? Because I don't have the other in hand. and I didn't want to go to the store because I had too much to do. So, but and it's got it's kind of mixed together and it's baked and it's really good. So I have seen it done on the shelf. I've seen it done off the shelf, but I'm doing it. I was going to do it like a with the smoked oyster, which can't do the shell with that, you know. There's actually this lady on the internet that will on TikTok. She may be on Instagram too, but she does something similar to this, where she cooks it in this tin.
Oh wow!
I'm kind of scared to do that because I think that might be kind of bad for your health.
I just figured they already came smoked in the can.
Well, I mean, is she heating them up on a smoker?
She's putting them in the air fryer.
In the can?
Yeah, mixes, takes it, pours the oil or whatever water they have it packed in, whatever it may be, and she mixes all the stuff in there, and then puts it into the air fryer for about 10 minutes at 400, and it comes out looking gorgeous. But some of these cans these days got that plastic lining around it.
Yeah.
Inside, I don't know if this one does that or not, but that kind of scares me about something leaching into what I'm eating.
Right. Because like your tuna cans, they've got like a rust inhibitor in them.
Right.
But then you got the cans that have the white liner in them.
Right.
I would almost think you would have to cook that out first, like take an empty can, burn it,
right,
pull that out of there, clean it out real good, and then you could just can to can swap them in.
I'm of the same belief, and that so
unless that white liner has you stay below its not melt point, but
melting point, whatever the
point,
yeah.
where it's still good, like galvanized, it has to hit a certain temperature before it leaches off any gas.
Right, which I realize that when they do like green beans that have that in there, they will cook it in the can, but they're not cooking it full away. They're doing it like a blanch.
Right.
So that's different. It's not getting up to a certain temperature, and
right.
So that's and it's a steaming. So I don't know. That's just me being overly cautious, maybe. I don't know, but I'm telling you, what she cooked looked fantastic.
I mean, the old pork and beans, we used to cut the lid top open and stick it in the campfire. They ain't the same no more.
Yep, we found out the hard way. You got to cut the lid open.
Yeah, because you could just take it, and you had to learn that, because at first you just punched a hole so that it could vent.
Yep.
Then it was too hot to hold to cut the lid open.
There you go.
You didn't have an actual can opener.
Yep.
To pop the little thing, and it was too hot to hold.
Yep.
You have gloves when you're camping out.
Yep.
You don't drink beer and light stuff on fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did that. And first off, I did it without punching a hole because I'm like, I'll just put it in there. I stuck it in there.
Yeah. I had one do that because we didn't take the label off.
Yeah.
So I thought, hey, fire on the outside will heat it up faster.
Makes sense, right? Makes sense.
Yeah. But there's nowhere for it to vent, which I didn't think of. I was like,
I didn't either. I didn't think about the vent, and then after I did that, I said, okay, I'll punch a hole in it. And then I ran into how the heck do I open it now?
So then you start taking it all off, and you put the little piece of foil over top.
Yeah.
Keep it from bubbling out and splattering all over the place.
Yep, man, howdy. I've been there.
Put a sleeping bag and have fake beans splattered on it because that's where you were sitting on.
Yep.
Man.
Lord help. I've been down that road many times.
Bud flies, what's going on? Terry, man, that's just a run of bad luck, my brother. That's just a run of bad Look.
went out.
Yeah.
$2,000. So the third one's happened. Okay,
Yeah.
it's smooth sailing now.
Now,
Positive thoughts, man. Even during the crud.
Yeah,
Positive thoughts.
yeah, man, Terry.
So I got something we're going to try. I've never tried this. We're going to take sardines.
Okay,
I've got the hot sauce and I got mustard. We can do one or we can do both. That doesn't matter. It depends on basically what we feel like eating. How much? Because my family will not touch this.
mine won't either.
I love them.
So I've got my little South Pittsburgh, Tennessee pan, little one. You see how big it is.
That's
Just
a big
because
size for it right there.
it's perfect size, right?
Yep.
We'll put in some olive oil. We'll get it heated up, and then we'll roll in some breadcrumbs. I should take that back. Pork rind crumbs. And, I went and bought the big thing from Sam's Club, right? The big jug.
Uh-huh.
It grinds down to a dang quart-sized jar.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyway, is it worth the time? I don't know.
And folks, let me see how good I am. And that's an old Duke's mayonnaise jar.
Yes, sir. Then we got a Jacques Pepin. I can't pronounce his name right, so I'm trying to be fancy. I watched him do a salmon pizza where he took flatbread, he toasted it, put out some cream cheese, some salmon, capers, black and green olives, and cilantro. Well, I know somebody won't eat half of that, so I took the flatbread and I made little discs.
Okay.
I already made it. It's the cottage cheese flatbread. I went ahead and did it earlier. One, because I wanted to make sure it worked in the biscuit pan and not just a cookie sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to get it done so it's not 40 minutes of time.
Right.
Standing here going. And I changed up his recipe because I'm not a big green olive fan. Like, I like them cooked on pizza, but I don't like them out of the jar.
I prefer the black olive over a green olive.
So I got some black olives.
I don't like olives, period. I don't care what color they are.
I got a little bit of bacon bit to go on top. So that way it'll kind of make him go. And he'll say, I like the bacon. That's what he'll say. And the salmon. He'll say, the salmon and bacon really works.
I could have the cream cheese and the salmon, but actually, I wouldn't even put bacon on it.
And I got these Simply Vidalia onions.
Those look
Oh
good.
yeah, pickled. Yeah.
Because I didn't get a red onion. That's what he put on was red onion slices. But I really like these.
Yeah, those are good.
And
I had those. Those are good.
so I have my biscuits. There's 2 stacks of 3, 6, 7. So I got 7 biscuits.
Mm-hmm.
Biscuits, flatbread, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to toast them anyway and then build our thing. And that'll take like 7 minutes. So we're going to do that first.
We'll call them scones.
And then I got parsley for Rusty and cilantro for me.
There you go.
Garnish, because you got to garnish.
Yeah.
If I learned anything from cooking with Corey, was you got to garnish.
Because Rusty don't want no soap in his stuff.
No. So
might as well sit there with a bar of dial and with a gratin, put it over your food.
So I did take into consideration his taste buds, and so he doesn't rip me too bad on the review. I need that extra half star, so I can go from a 3 to a 3.5.
There you go. There you go. And folks that don't know, Rusty, he is part of that. There is a segment of the population. I don't know what the percentage is of them like that.
It's like 10%.
Yeah, something like 10%.
Okay.
Gene that makes
Some reason some reason, cilantro tastes like soap to them. So, what are you going to do? I mean, that's the way you're born. What are you going to do? You avoid it.
He was younger and he used to cuss, and his mama, instead of getting a bar of soap, she went out to the garden, grabbed the cilantro, and shoved it down his throat. Jeffy, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Jeffy.
So, I will let you get started on this. Let's move this to
I'm going to get started with the
or to y'all's seafood recipes. All right, buddy. Well, we've got a couple things to try here.
Yep. We did not do the same thing this time.
Yep. So I moved back a bit. It's going to be a little harder to see, like the small stuff, but both of us are doing something.
There you go.
So I just
for those who don't know, I got the smoked oysters here, and I'm going to open them up and I'm going to drain them. Keep them nice. This area over here. Okay. All right.
So then I got my thing over here so I can control it a little bit. Go ahead. Click on my heat.
Some of these crumbs are a little too big, so.
Well, I have when you're redneck style. That happens there, Mr. Rusty.
It just gives me the opportunity to do a quality check. Got to do a quality check before we do this.
Now's not the time to tell you that I'm a walking HR violation. So.
Oh, I got my own seat in HR.
There goes.
I actually knew a guy he had to make a trip to HR about once a week.
Yeah, I was on the first name basis with ours.
Yeah, me too.
They actually came around and wanting a good laugh and would say, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Are you fired?" And they say, "Nope." I'm like, "Well, then we're done talking. Get the hell out of here."
Yep.
She was like, "What?" Yeah.
Now, folks, when you're opening these up, be careful. That little rascal's sharp. The side of this can is sharp.
Yep. What you need? It's right here.
See it. Granted, I didn't look. I was just going to say about the fish.
Yeah. Trip over air. But okay. All right.
These look like they're done in olive oil, but the inside for olive oil. I didn't look at to see what was inside it, but it looked like it was. It looks like it's olive oil.
Oh man.
Get them good and drained.
Yeah, let me go drain this real quick. I didn't think draining. So you gotta wait for the oil to heat up anyway. Let me go drain my salmon.
There you go. Okay. Now I got that done. Let's see what we can do now. I'll put a little salt. And I'm using Celtic salt. Or for those who are Boston fans, Celtic salt. I'm going to put a little cream in there.
So, Mike, how much more seafood do you eat out of the can since you've been on keto?
Well, even before keto, I loved canned. I loved the sardines. I loved canned tuna. I loved canned salmon. I loved the canned shrimp and the canned crab. So I didn't eat it a lot because my wife didn't care for some of it, but I loved it, and so I would I ate a fair bit of it, but how
It's
much
like
more? Maybe twice as much.
it's like growing up, we always had like canned tuna for tuna salad or tuna noodle casserole. Very rarely would we get. It was kind of a delicacy, and it was one of the things I started doing.
Right,
Was I'd make a tuna melt.
right.
I'd take the toast, a little bit of Duke's. Well, at the time it was Miracle Whip, but I didn't know no better. And then you would toast your can of tuna, and then put that on the sandwich. Maybe a slice of cheese if you had it.
Mm-hmm.
Had to be the kind of the plastic, plastic wrap.
Right.
And but that wasn't a common thing in our house until I moved out on my own. Those ready?
Ready to drop in?
Drop in the rest of them, cook them up, and we'll be ready to drop them in here and see what happens. Drop them in and see what happens.
Now I know we got some folks that don't like me seeing me use garlic, but guess
Okay.
what?
We're getting some sizzle.
I'm going to use garlic.
Getting
Boy,
some.
this is some good smelling stuff too.
Yeah, this is
I
smelling.
can't say the same.
This is smelling pretty fishy. Kind of like you stuck your head in the bait bucket. But I'm kind of excited about these. They're looking really good already. The one thing I didn't get out yet was, and I'll have to run back inside, and I apologize, is I didn't think of a sauce. I was thinking like just a ranch, but I'm not sure.
Well,
I don't have tartar sauce, and I don't have cocktail sauce. Cocktail sauce I thought was going to be a little too strong.
yeah. Well, tartar sauce would be all right. Not tartar sauce. Ranch would be all right.
Yeah, I might have to go ahead and get some ranch.
And I mean,
I kind of think these would be a nice like appetizer type deal.
right. I mean,
So-
ranch.
But so Terry says he's having hamburger helper. So my middle daughter's boyfriend, we call him the boy.
The boy.
He can only have one kind of hamburger helper. There's only one kind that he likes, and it's the stroganoff.
And that's what they have in my house.
That's
all they like.
He doesn't like any other kind. And when we were first starting out, the wife and I went through bunches of hamburger helper. I mean, a lot. Because it was cheap,
Yeah.
and I mean that's what we had.
Yep. Now, for those who say, well, ground beef is so high now, make it with breakfast sausage or Italian sausage because it'll be half the cost of the ground beef and you'll get a pound for half the cost.
We would use that Genio turkey sausage
Yep, that'll work too.
because that used to be like under $1 a pound.
Right.
Granted, it was mainly fillers, and I get that, but when you put it in your box meals like that, you're looking for just a filler anyway. You're not looking for like a wow flavor, like you just ground up 5 Wagyu briskets.
Right.
And the breadcrumbs are not sticking to it very well.
No. They are not. Trying to roll that sauce on them again and then roll them again. Try that. That way it's more of a binder. Make sense?
It makes sense, but I think it's just going to cake on top of the crumbs that are already here and just fall off more into the pan with a bigger mess.
That's a good idea. Ours is cheeseburger macaroni with Uncle Steve's thick meat. Yeah, baby. I do like some. Now, the cheeseburger one was always my favorite. So that was always one that I would go for.
Yeah.
You know, the tuna noodle casserole one, the stroganoff.
That's one thing about tuna. I love tuna. We have tuna. We had tuna just 2 days ago at the house, but I cannot have hot tuna. I cannot eat tuna casserole, tuna helper. I mean, it has to be like a tuna sandwich or tuna salad, but I cannot have it hot. I cannot eat hot tuna.
Uncle Steve, what's going on, my
Hey, how's it
friend?
going, buddy?
Look, Uncle Steve,
Things going, buddy.
some of this on there.
Oh, there it is.
I just put some of that on there.
Yep, I'm getting ready to put some on top of once I pull this off. I'm gonna sprinkle some. I think we got a smoke bomb back here.
Now, Rusty, could you do a tuna melt?
No, sir. I cannot have hot tuna for some reason. But I love tuna. I mean, I made 2 cans of tuna the other night for dinner. I just take the tuna. I mix Duke's mayonnaise, diced onion, diced pickles, salt, pepper, and I cannot have it heated up. I just don't know why. It's something about it.
Now, do you put mustard in your tuna salad?
No,
Really? So you like yours really sweet?
no, I don't put nothing sweet in it either.
Your mayonnaise?
Man, anything sweet.
You said.
What all we do is chopped
We'll
onions,
put a little smoke bomb there, Uncle Steve.
diced onions, and diced pickles. We'll take hamburger chips, and I'll take a knife and we'll actually cut them up.
On fried sardines. I'm betting ain't nobody done that.
Probably not. Maybe a first.
Gator shake would be really good.
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't really care for the citrus in the gator shake. And that's fine.
So
Like you said, you've got a little something for everybody.
That's right.
here you go. So what I've done is I've drained my oysters, put them in a bowl. There was 4 cans. These are small cans, so I used 4. And I'm doing 2 dishes on it. And in the bowl, I put heavy cream, Parmesan cheese, salt, the Uncle Steve's SPG, and then I did garlic, and then I put it into this right here, this little carafe, whatever you want to call that, ramekin, I don't know, whatever it is, bacon dish. But
You see that?
put 3 tabs of butter on top to make it help get creamier, and then sprinkle a little bit of
Don't mind reaching.
Parmesan on top, and it's going into a 400-degree oven and baked. And that was really quick going together.
Getting ready to take a picture for UncleSteveShake.com or the Facebook page, Uncle Steve Shake.
There you go.
Because who has done fried sardines and smoke bomb?
And these are caught sardines. These are not farm raised.
Alexa, set a 15-minute timer. I don't think that's going to take very long to cook. Because, I mean, everything's cooked. It's just got to be warm, get hot.
The breading's really good.
Now, if you don't want to use the Parmesan cheese that I used, that's all right. You don't have to. Put you some, get you some of that, whatever cheese you want. If you got something grate it with, get you a block of that Parmesan and grate it up. I got a grater, just didn't have the cheese. And so I was trying to do what I had here because I thought I had spinach, and I know I got bacon bits because I'll make them myself. But didn't have the spinach, so I couldn't do the oysters Rockefeller. But So now I'm going to do it this way. We'll see how she turns out.
Is Oysters Rockefeller your favorite way of eating oysters?
No, my favorite way is fried.
Fried.
Yeah,
Okay.
fried oyster, man, oh man, oh man. I'll tell you what.
I like fried oysters, but I don't get a lot of that oyster flavor. Because it seems like it's always the breading overpowers, and then you get the chewiness of the oyster. I like mine straight out of the shell.
Yeah, I like it raw. I like the I'll, hot sauce and a little lemon juice on it, and I'm good to go.
I was with a group of guys down in Florida a couple years back, and they kept going on, we got to have oysters. We got to have oysters. We're down here by the ocean. All right, cool. They ordered them with so much stuff in it. I was like, what are you doing? And they're like, they're from Ohio. And they're like, well, how do you eat oysters? I said, Texas Pete's and a little bit of lemon. And they said, what?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, try it. So, there's like 6 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody had a plate of oysters. So we had plenty to go around. And they were like, well, why the hell did we order this? That stuff's better than all. They had, we had every kind of stuff in it. And I was like, man, nope. A little dab of hot sauce, little Texas Pete's. Squeeze and get a drop or 2 of your lemon juice.
Uh-huh.
Down the hatch it goes. And they tried it and they loved it.
I like my oysters about 8 to 10 inches below a 1 ounce weight on a 20-pound line. Just cast it out there.
You want a bobber on there or not?
TV, because somebody's got to tie all that stuff on there.
So you want a bobber on that line or not?
No, bottom.
Bottom feeding, okay.
Depends on how you rig it, though. Because if you do like the Texas rig, where your weight's on the or where your weight's way off from your hook.
Yeah.
Because he has a tendency of putting the hook and the weight too close together.
Yeah, you got to let it have a little room to get this number up there.
Right. So I like to put about a 12-inch. I do what do they call it, drop shotting.
You use a leader.
An 8 to 12-inch leader underneath your hook, and then the hook's off on a swivel.
There you go. Yeah. You're treating it like a saltwater rig.
That's the way I grew up fishing.
Yep. We did chicken livers for catfish.
Yeah, we did chicken livers and gizzards and hearts because you got
those two.
Back in the refrigerator section. It usually had the gizzards and hearts all in it.
Mm-hmm.
We would do that.
All of them.
Yeah. And then my mama would always give Dad her pantyhose that had runs in them, and we would cut off pieces of pantyhose to put the chicken livers in because those always flew off of the hook.
Yep. It's an art to put some on there and not have it come off.
Do you want more?
And that's not an art I mastered.
Go ahead and cut them open. We'll do those too.
So,
Ooh.
I had oysters down in New Orleans when we were there. They were char grilled. Oysters had cheese on them and all like that. I'm here to tell you that wasn't nothing short of great.
Gizzards are for eating. It's been a while since I've done gizzards, but
Gizzards and hearts.
yeah, I got a tub from Food Line at one time and strained them, rinsed them really good, patted them dry. Did the breadcrumbs, the eggs, and then the breadcrumbs again.
Uh-huh.
Up. If I didn't tell the kids what they were, they liked it. As soon as I said what it was, they were like, because it was like the consistency of a fried mushroom.
Well, I like with that thing that they serve those oysters in New Orleans on the shell.
Yeah.
They char grilled them and they used the shell to serve them in. And I'm here to tell you, it'll make you, lip beat your face to death trying to get all of it into your mouth.
Yeah, it's hard to beat good oysters.
Yeah, you're right.
We go down to whenever we're in like Charleston area,
Mm-hmm.
Edisto. I mean, that's where I'm looking for is the oysters. I want the raw oysters, and they bring out the bucket, and you got the cluster, and you got to pop them each one, flip around, pop it open. Yeah.
I used to go to Carroll, Florida, and fish. I had some buddies of mine that would go down there, and we'd go and we'd stay like 4 or 5 days and fish the whole time, and we would go out on St. George Island and surf cast, and you could on one little area of St. George Island out there that has there's an oyster bed, and when the tide comes down, you can go out there and get the oysters, and you can shuck them and you can eat fresh oysters coming straight from there.
Right.
We'd do that, and it worked great, and there was no sign saying you couldn't do it.
Nope. You got a bucket and waders because you step, and all of a sudden you're up to your hip in mud.
Yep. So we would do that, and then there was another place that we had found that you could go there, and you could go and we would take waders and wear them and get out in the water, and you could feel the scallops under your feet, and we'd scoop them up and we'd crack them open and eat fresh scallops that way.
Do you prefer oysters or clams?
Probably oysters.
See, 'cause I love clams. I can eat clams all day long, but I cannot touch oysters.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna probably make some clam chowder here soon, and I think I'm gonna try something new for a potato substitute in it.
Cauliflower?
No, I'm gonna use rutabagas.
Rutabaga, yep.
And see how that goes, because you can actually buy a can of rutabagas.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
I haven't looked for it either.
Margaret Holmes sells them, and you can actually get a can of them. And that I'll use. I'm gonna try that as a tater substitute for it. See how that works.
Okay.
But hey, Frugal Mama.
Howdy.
Hello.
I'm a little behind, but that's all right.
But they, I do like clams. I like to take clams and I like to fry them up and eat them that way. I like to make clam chowder. I like to do linguine and clam sauce.
Ooh, no, I haven't done that in ages.
Yeah, I hadn't either. There's a lot of good ways of eating clams. And I'm telling you, there's not very many things that come out of the ocean that I won't eat.
I hear that.
For the longest time, I could not make myself eat calamari because I had used fish, or when fishing in the ocean, I had used squid for bait, and I had seen squid at its worst.
Yeah.
And nastiest worst you ever saw.
Oh, yeah.
And every time I'd try to take like calamari and stick it up in my mouth, I'm like, no, can't do it. No. So
there's a pizza place here in town. Of course, Rusty doesn't like the place, but they have a seafood style pizza, and it's got fried calamari, or it's baked calamari on it. And they serve them upside down, so you see all the tentacles and
yeah. And so we went to New York City a couple of years ago with some relatives, and they said, you got to try the calamari here. It's wonderful. And I said, all right. And I forced myself to try it, and I loved it. And now it ain't a problem no more.
What was it I didn't like about the brick oven pizza?
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't like it because it left the burnt pieces on the bottom of the crust.
Oh wow.
You know, from the brick oven where they slide the pizza on there.
I love pizza. Pepperoni, mushroom, and onion is all I want on my pizza. But for some reason, that brick oven pizza I did not like. I didn't like the texture. I didn't like the flavor that it gave the bread from the brick oven. I just didn't care for it at all.
It wasn't Domino's or Pizza Hut.
Papa John.
You know, for a store-bought pizza, it ain't bad. For a fast food pizza, it's not bad, Papa John's. And it's, for my money, it's probably the best one that you can get of the fast food type pizzas other than Marco's. Marco's is the only one that beats them.
So we got a Marco's down here, man, I don't know, a few years back, and we had them in Ohio. But there wasn't one down here, and I thought Marco's was the best, like, kind of drive through, I guess you call it.
Yeah, get your pizza quick.
Yeah, and we didn't have one. So I was excited when we got one. Now I don't ever go.
They have a pizza bowl that's really good.
She'll order me from, she'll go to Papa John's when the kids want pizza because they have the crustless pizza.
Yep.
Because if you give me the pizza with the crust and tell me just scrape it off,
That ain't gonna work.
that's a waste of money.
Yep. I can't do that.
Let me cut the crust off, give that breadstick to the dog, and then I'll eat the rest of it.
Yep.
Well, you know how well that works out.
Yeah, there you go. I'm with you. I see money going down the drain.
Yep. And I don't want to keep feeding the dog all the pizza.
Nope, I do not either. So,
I mean, they eat pretty well when there's pizza, let me tell you.
yeah, mine do too. They love pizza.
Yep.
I'll just face it, my dogs love anything.
I think mine like the pizza better than the zebra cake. And that's hard. That's a tough one to beat.
This buddy, he lived on the street for a long time, and before we found him and had him here in the house with us, and took him in and all, he I'm telling you, you wave food at him, he's like, "Yep, I'll eat it."
Yep, be right there.
Yep. And Max, he's a little more finicky, but he'll eat most anything.
This one's holding a little bit more.
He is just a touch more finicky. Buddy ain't finicky at all. But the thing is, also, you can't. You know how some folks will put food out and have it out all day and let them graze.
Yeah.
You do that with my dogs, and they will eat it till it is gone, and they have made themselves sick.
See, mine don't do that. My lab, he's got certain times that he eats. And you have to hit that certain time or else he won't come over. He won't try it. So it's completely fine.
Yeah.
But then the Chiweenie, she's got her teeth are getting, she's really old. Her teeth are getting bad, so we have to give her the soft stuff.
Yeah.
And she's in certain times. And you only give her half a bag because if she doesn't eat it, then the lab goes in and gets it.
Yeah. Oh, actually off. Let me see how this is doing. Let me take a peek.
I'm just going to put salt over this one.
Ooh, it's a bubbling.
Let's see. Strong's Adventures. What's going on, Billy? How you doing, my bud?
Hey.
Gator Shake's the best. I like Gator Shake. I don't think it's my favorite, but it's up there in the top ones to recommend. Rusty doesn't like all the citrus. It depends on the application of what I'm cooking. Whether Gator Shake's there, the SPG, the Lucky Shake, and the Thick Meat are probably my three favorites, with the Smoke Bomb right in there is number 4.
I like the thick meat, the competition cow, competition
yeah,
pig. and the spicy R is my favorite out of all of them.
The original's really good. I mean, I like it a lot, but it also depends on the application. And he's got a little something for everything.
Yes, he does. That's a fact. I'm partial to the original. I'm partial to the SPG. I like the Gator Shake also. Yeah, I hadn't found one I don't like.
Like I'm not really big on the spicy R and the spicier. Those are that one's not. I'm not a real big one on that one.
Actually, I remember I gave you my bottle of Gator Shake, and you gave me your bottle of spicy R. We swapped.
Yep. But depending on the application, he's got one that I like for about everything. The Amigo is really good. I want to try that Amigo on a pork belly. I have the pork belly, but I have to get the Amigo, which there's going to be an order coming up soon.
I haven't got to try that rib shake.
The magic rib?
I haven't got to try that yet.
Oh, that's good. So Terry, yeah, what I do because I'm type 2 diabetic is, and I like sweets. I inherited that from my dad, who's also type 2 diabetic. I know it doesn't mean anything, but we would buy the zebra cakes and they come 2 into a pack, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would take one and I'd break it in 2/3 and a third. The lab would get the big half, then the Tweenie would get the other part, and then I would eat the other one. That way I didn't eat a whole pack of zebra cakes. And that was their treat and my treat. It wasn't an everyday thing. And I'd put them in the freezer because then they're like ice cream sandwiches.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. I haven't had zebra cake in a while, and I'm thinking I might need to get some.
Well, I bet it'd work with those Christmas tree cakes too.
Yes, sir, because they're the exact same thing except for the sprinkles.
Just cut different. I'm using another food coloring.
Yep. Yeah, those Christmas trees, I only got one box of those this year, and I didn't split them with the dog. He didn't even know I had them, which is a good thing.
We went through several boxes of Christmas trees at my house.
We haven't had one of them in here in the house in a while. But see, Little Debbie's, when I was growing up, they were popular in my house. But most popular thing was a moon pie.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't like the marshmallow stuff. I don't like marshmallow sweets. I can have a marshmallow over a campfire,
Mm-hmm.
but marshmallow cream and marshmallow stuff like in a moon pie or something.
Yeah.
I don't care for that.
That's the only way I like marshmallows. Like, I don't mind them in a s'more, but I don't go, oh man, I could really go for s'mores right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to oh man, I could really go for a melted marshmallow. No. But if I say, ooh, I could go for a moon pie, I haven't had one in a long time. That's it?
Yeah.
Man, you missed a whole bunch.
It all fell apart.
We'll fry it up.
Oh, okay. I thought you was wanting whole solid pieces.
We can do mini nugs.
I have had the Hostess cupcakes you're talking about, Strong. Adventures. I have had them.
Which one's that?
Really good. The Hostess birthday cupcakes.
Oh,
They are good too.
so I don't know where it is, but there's an unwritten dad law that if you find the orange, like the yellow
Mm-hmm.
cupcakes that come too,
Right.
it's like a dad law. If you find those, if you see those, you have to buy them.
Yeah.
Not the chocolate ones. The
No,
birthday cake
ones
ones are
you can find
okay.
them anywhere.
Yeah, but if you find the yellow ones, the
Yellow
orange,
ones are hard. The yellow ones are hard.
and if you find those, you have to buy them. If you only will go into the store with $20 and you have your $19.38 worth of stuff because you calculated it, You're putting something back to get those.
There you go. I hear you.
It is a dead law. And my girls love it because if I give them one, then I don't eat the whole thing.
Your system of dividing the zebra cakes. When I would go somewhere and get a sausage biscuit and I'd have the dogs with me, I'd take and this is back when I did eat biscuits still, but I would take them and I'd break off half of it, give one of them half of that, and the other one the other half, and then I'd eat a half.
See? And I'll tell you what, dogs love biscuits.
Oh yeah,
At least mine do.
mine love them. Oh man, they'll beat you to death trying to get them. But I took now that I'm what I'll do sometimes is I'll take the sausage and whatever else is on there, if it's an egg or whatever, and I'll take it off and I'll give them the biscuit. And one gets the top half, the other one gets the bottom half, and whichever one got the top half this time, he gets the bottom half next time.
Yep. Mine don't like driving in the car, so I can't take them I'm fortunate where I can't take them with me like that.
I can't hardly go anywhere without them wanting to go. They think they're supposed to go everywhere with me. Now we have a convenience store here. Just to call it a convenience store really doesn't do it justice. It's so much more. It's like a downgraded or downsized, rather, not downgraded, downsized version of Buc-ee's, and it's called Quick Trip. I don't know if any of y'all got a Quick Trip anywhere around.
We got QCs all over here.
All right, there you go,
We got
man.
Rock Hill.
Yeah, when they moved in down here, they moved in and they built like 9 of them within about a 30-minute radius.
Yeah. They have, man, I'm telling you, they can make a breakfast biscuit.
I don't ever get the breakfast biscuit. I always go into QT. They've got hot dogs. The hot dogs are killer.
They have best roller food on the planet.
I get a hot dog with sauerkraut.
Yep.
And then if they have it out, the buffalo chicken, and I'll put a little barbecue sauce on it. It's a dog.
It's a chicken dog.
It's a chicken dog, but it's buffalo sauce on it. And I'll put it in the bun, and I'll put a little barbecue sauce on it. 1 strip, and that's it.
Now, I will tell you now, that buffalo chicken they got, it's got some fire to it.
It does. It's good.
But
I'll pick up 2 of them, just drop them in a plastic bag, and eat them while I'm driving.
Yeah.
I don't even put them in
I'll
a
eat
bowl.
them just like that. I eat them just like that.
Yeah,
I don't put anything on. If I do anything, I'll buy a little ranch and I'll dip it in the ranch. Not buy a little ranch. Put it in the little cup.
Yeah, they got all those sauces right there on the side. You just squirt it in your little cup.
Yeah. And they'll do it. Well, let me show y'all how this looks. It's started to set a little bit now. Coming back together. There it is. What y'all think of that?
ooh,
I think that came out real well.
It looks like it.
Thank you, Rusty. Thank you.
It looks good.
Even though I know that the oysters ain't your thing. We'll pretend that they're shrimp. You don't eat shrimp though either, do you?
I eat pounds of shrimp. That's what I love all seafood except for oysters.
Really?
mussels.
But I can eat clams, scallops. All day I love them, but I just cannot stand an oyster
Or mussels.
or mussels.
You can't stand mussels. Okay, so these are my cottage cheese biscuits, flatbread. I took the cottage cheese flatbread recipe, and I heated up my Lodge biscuit pan,
Yeah.
and I poured in just a little bit until I equal parts all the way around, and I cooked it for 40 minutes. And they came out great. They pulled away fine. Like, these things look great. They're thin.
Yeah,
which is what I wanted for flatbread.
right.
So my idea is I'm going to toast them up, and then we'll. I don't need that. And then I'll build my pizza, salmon pizza,
There you go.
because it's supposed to be served cold. So sausage biscuit from Mickey D's. Oh man. So
Now you want the best sausage biscuit there is on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. Bojangles.
yeah,
Bojangles has got the best biscuits out of the fast food industry.
I agree.
But Mr.
Yeah.
Falk, who created the recipe, it's the same with minus a couple ingredients. It's the same recipe as Hardee's because the same man invented both biscuit recipes. But he had to make a few changes whenever he did Bojangles, for copyright reasons.
Right.
But that's why those two biscuits taste so similar because they're made by the same man in very few different ingredients.
Well, Chick-fil-A's got a good biscuit. Hardee's got a good biscuit. But I agree but they're a step below Bojangles as far as I'm concerned.
Bojangles is good, but you have to hit them when they first come out. Otherwise, they're not. They get crumbly and they're just hard. They're not as good. I don't think I have a favorite. So I don't eat a lot of fast food.
Can you see how creamy that turned out?
Yeah.
That'll slide right off a hook.
Yep. That's what I was looking for. Hang on. Let me see if I can't get somebody to come try this.
Okay. Just kind of restocked after I did dishes.
They'll be here in a second.
There.
So you're gonna put cold salmon on this? You're not gonna heat the salmon up on the
Right. He used slices, but I'm not that bougie to go get sliced canned salmon, so we're going to use canned and put it on top.
Whataburger has got a good biscuit too now.
No, Whataburger. I've not had a Whataburger.
I've never had a biscuit at Whataburger. We got a couple of them down here around my area wherever I'm running service calls, and I get their burgers quite often, but I've never had a biscuit there.
Isn't that one that you thought was like amazing?
Yeah.
That you brought from Texas?
From Texas.
That's taste. That's just for the taste.
Yeah, I've not had one.
Come on over here.
We both coming over here?
Yeah, come on. There's me.
Did you get? Oh, this is it.
I never did either.
Hi.
Paige?
Hi.
Hey, daughter.
Granddaughter.
Hey.
Mini Paige.
Now, what is this, Bobo?
It's fishing bait.
Smoked oysters or gratin, I'll call it pretty much. I mean,
I've never had oysters before, so I don't know how this is gonna go. But we'll
well,
see.
we'll see.
It's okay. If you don't like it,
You don't like it, you don't like it.
Hold your nose when you swallow.
It's going to go a little bit longer.
It's not bad.
Not bad, not bad. Okay.
Nope.
Is it well,
I mean,
is
it's
the flavor good
Mhm.
for the seasoning and that kind of stuff?
yeah.
What you're talking about not being bad is the oysters
Yeah.
themselves. Gotcha. Gotcha.
No, but the seasonings and all that you did that's good. That's good.
So, are you going to rewatch this and make it yourself?
Gonna what?
Am I what?
Is she going to rewatch this, take notes, and make it herself?
Doubt it. I doubt it.
She
Is
says,
it like that not bad, or is it just I'm hungry? Not bad.
I mean, it's good. I would eat it again. but I don't know that I would necessarily make it for myself.
Somebody else make it, you'd eat it.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's worse.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay for right now.
There's a lot of levels of not bad.
there is.
It's not bad. Would you eat it again? Yes. Only if somebody else made it.
Yeah.
If it was there and it was free,
Yeah. Would you order it at TGI Fridays?
Now, what is it? Is it the flavor of the oyster? Is it the texture of the oyster? Or?
I think it's more the texture that's
Okay.
the thing that's getting to me because I love seafood.
Right.
Like I love seafood.
Yeah, she
I don't
does
mind
that.
a fishy taste.
Not
It's
at
just
all.
I think the texture of it is getting to me.
that's
It's good. I mean, it's not like I won't eat it. I'll eat it.
Uh-huh.
But
This
See, that's how you tell somebody you don't really like it. Instead of just saying, that's crap.
now,
What
you
was it? Her taste.
what you gotta know about Maddie is when she was growing up, she's since she was like 5 years old, she's been eating crab legs without anybody doing anything to them for her. She will crack them and she will
You still
get
do that?
every little morsel of meat out of those crab legs that you can get. And that has been that way since she was 5 years old.
it's still my favorite food to this day.
See, and I could go without doing the whole crab leg stuff.
yeah, me too.
I think it's more of a novelty thing. Because I'm a fat guy, so there's a lot of work in crab legs and a little reward.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like
You
shrimp.
You end up with just getting filled up on the Cheddar Bay biscuits than you do anything else. And
Well,
drinking.
When you get all you can eat.
You end up taking a biscuit and dunking it in the butter because you get more filling.
Sure.
You hear what she said? That's
No.
when you know when you get the all-you-can-eat crab legs.
Yeah. And then you're there for like 3 dinner sessions.
Yeah. Well, she would when she was younger. Now she can get through them faster now, but when she was younger, it would take her about an hour and a half to 2 hours to eat all of the crab legs to get it all. There was a seafood restaurant here called Fisherman's Catch that was near us, and it was independently owned. Oh, she's wearing a shirt.
I actually am.
But she would take
Oh.
and they had the crab legs on the
One thing.
Fisherman's Catch.
It's so funny that I just happened to be wearing.
They were
That is
family
funny.
owned. They're out of business now. The guy who started it, he got he got cancer and sold it, and then the guy who
Yeah.
sold it to couldn't make it work as well as they did. And I mean, they had folks that had worked there since the day they opened.
Yeah.
Yeah, people that I had been seeing since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was some kind of good stuff. And they had crab legs on a pound of crab legs
Oh yeah, I remember
on the
that.
appetizer menu, and that she would say, "You want anything with it? Nope, want that. That's it. Don't want nothing else."
Mm. Well, now you've got her all upset,
Well, now I
remembering
went
of.
closer to it, and it's closed.
I know,
It's my favorite restaurant of all time.
I know.
Maddie.
Well, thank you.
Hey, Herbal.
You want some more?
I do.
Come on, give it here.
I don't know where.
Give it here.
Oh, it's over there. What's the oysters for?
That's what's in it.
Oh.
Hey, Paige,
Yeah.
you know on Wednesday nights we do this show, right?
Yeah.
Tonight's challenge was seafood.
You what?
Tonight's challenge was seafood.
Canned seafood.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mike got some the stuff that you ate.
Yeah.
It had the oysters in it.
That's good.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Now, I'll grant you, oysters. It's a case of you like them or you don't. I mean,
Well-
and I can see it being an acquired taste to some.
Well, my dad liked it,
Hmm.
and so I guess that's how I
Serve gumbo.
got to
Never.
like it.
Probably so. It's like chicken livers. Oh, my daughter just texted that my granddaughter Arrington, her youngest child, was in the newspaper.
Oh, what?
The
Okay.
police log.
Let's see what she was doing.
That was the only time I was ever in the paper was a police log.
How fast
Oh,
was she?
sledding. They had her sledding. They got her sledding.
Oh,
I see.
Sled had me a couple times too.
Is that
Can you
is-
see this? Her
is
on the
that-
sled.
Is that Ashley or is that
That's Arrington.
Barrington?
I'm almost tempted
Ashley.
to slide this off and serve it in this tray.
Hmm.
It's just us. Doesn't look as appetizing.
That's something.
Okay.
I love it.
I'll see y'all later.
Bye bye.
Alrighty, see ya.
Come back when you want more. I got more.
Yep, I got it. I got to get fancy, Mike.
What you want? Hot sauce?
No, the one's got hot sauce in it.
That's true. That's right. Well, when I would do oysters, raw oysters, and eat them that way, I did. My hot sauce of choice was Texas Pete, but I could live with Tabasco if you didn't have it.
Yeah.
But I didn't want any others. That's the only two I wanted.
Mike, I got a bottle of hot sauce for Christmas this year, and the name of the hot sauce is "Don't Be Chicken," and the hot sauce bottle is a chicken shaped bottle. It's a glass bottle in the shape of a chicken with a bib, and it says "Don't Be Chicken" on it. And I thought that was pretty cute.
I like that. You ever been to Firehouse Subs?
Yes, they got that gigantic hot sauce bar.
Oh man, they got every hot sauce you could ever want.
And it's neat how they have the numbers so you know the heat level by looking at the number that they have on the bottle.
Yep.
And then if you look at the menu that they have on the table tent, it tells you what hot sauce pairs with what sandwich.
That's
so you
right.
can look and see what you ate, and then you can go get this sauce right here and put it on it.
Mhm.
All right.
And hot sauce and sardines were meant to go together.
Decided not to use the eggs, which is good. So here, let me make myself big for a minute, Mike.
Okay, go for it. I should have done that for you. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, those turned out real well.
So this side is the mustard,
Mhm.
and then the other side is the hot sauce.
Oh, good.
Now the hot sauce has just salt sprinkled on it, and the mustard has Uncle Steve's smoke bomb. And then here is your two pizzas.
Love it.
So Rusty's is over here, and it
Uh-huh.
doesn't have any of the other stuff. It's just got onion, bacon, and parsley with the salmon
And cream cheese.
and cream cheese. And mine has black olives.
All right.
So let me get a couple snappy snaps, and then we'll be ready to taste test. What do you think of that? Does it look good, Rusty?
Yeah.
like that.
And I love the basket with the little paper in it, making it that spells it right there.
Well, I was going to use my little tray. You know, you see me use this. I was going to use this. I had planned on it, but I didn't know about a sauce. And I'm not a big sauce guy anyway. So
No, that's perfect what you put it in. That's great.
So this way is kind of like
Like a diner.
an appetizer, yeah.
Right.
So Rusty, go ahead. He's going straight for the pizza.
Okay. That tastes like some little fancy hors d'oeuvre you would get at a dinner party when a girl walks around with a tray and says, "Would you like one of these?"
Nailed it.
That's what I was going for.
It tastes absolutely no salmon at all. There's no salmon flavor, but that cream cheese and these onions is really, really good.
Yeah. So maybe too much cream cheese then, or not enough
No,
salmon.
it's definitely not too much cream
Yeah,
cheese.
I'm gonna try. Mm. So mine, I do get a little bit of salmon, but it's not like the fillet of salmon. It's canned, obviously, but it's not staying out. It's not. It's hidden with like a little peekaboo, peekaboo. Then you get the sweetness from everything.
You want to get you want it to, you want to be able to taste a hint of it, but you don't want it to be overwhelming either.
Mm-hmm.
I can't taste any salmon at all on mine.
Okay.
But that's all right.
But
No,
the cream cheese and that onion medley, that's really good.
I'd make that again
yeah.
for me because my wife won't touch it. I say she won't touch it because of the keto flatbread thing.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
going to make that.
Huh?
I'm going to make that.
Is that one the hot sauce?
Yeah. Well, we'll try the hot sauce one. Tastes like a salty fish stick.
Yeah, I can.
Nothing wrong with
Yeah. You don't get a lot of hot sauce flavor. Oh, I get the heat in the back end though.
that. I saw that. Ooh.
Yeah. But otherwise, it's a fish stick.
These taste so much better out of the can, not cooked. I'm getting a super, super strong fishy flavor from this that I don't get when I eat just a sardine out of the can. This cooking has made that fish flavor so much more pungent.
To me, it tastes like a fish stick, but then now you've got the hot sauce kicking in the background. All right, look, you want to try the other one?
I almost don't want to because that first one was so fishy.
See, I don't mind the fishiness of it.
No, my wife loves fish sticks.
I'm good with it. But I understand that's something, that's a individual taste thing. I get that.
Yep, he don't like it. It's all right.
It's just
I do get the mustard in the back, like way in the back.
the fish flavor is just way too strong. And it's
You like subtle flavors, don't you?
crazy. You wasn't expecting that because I love sardines fresh out of the can.
You like subtle flavors, don't you, Rusty?
I'm gonna put a slice of onion on it.
That would be wonderful with it, I bet.
Yeah.
Rusty, I'm betting that you like your flavors to be kind of subtle, with the exception of maybe hot sauce. You want it to be you want to have that in there.
Yeah, I cannot stand fishy flavored, fishy strong. I know it sounds stupid, but fishy tasting fish. I just don't like that overpowering fishy flavor. Whenever I'm eating fish,
I'll take the whole thing.
I like flounder, catfish, perch, bass. That none of that stuff is really has a really strong fishy flavor. Now a good cod, I like cod.
Yeah.
But fish like croaker is a really fishy.
Oh, that was real good.
See, some people think it's really good. To me, it tastes so. It's got such a powerful fishy flavor that I can't eat croaker. Whiting, the same thing. Whiting is got a really strong fish flavor.
Huh. I see those are all fit. Oh man, I'll eat my weight in all them kind of fish.
Cod, I could eat cod all day long. That's the fish that McDonald's fish fillet sandwich is made out of.
Yeah, there's no fish tasted it at all, hardly.
I think we would have had a different batter or like a almond flour.
Okay.
Done something like that to where it was not such a big crust.
Okay.
The pork rind seemed to be really salty.
Right.
Like especially on the hot sauce one, you get a lot of salt.
Maybe grated Parmesan cheese instead.
Yeah, and then because you get the salt, and then you get the texture, and then you get the flavors. If that makes sense.
Right.
I mean, it tastes like a fish stick to me,
There you go.
which is pretty much what we made.
Yeah.
Oh, strong.
It's not sick. It's just the fish is just really strong. That's all.
Yeah.
Strong says that just a reminder: if you ever served gumbo, never ask what's in the gumbo. Nope, that's right. Don't do it.
South Carolina gumbo's okay. Louisiana gumbo's okay. But you start going to African gumbo where it came from, you don't want to know what's in it.
No, you don't.
A lot of truth there. No, I'm going to eat this whole plate.
Go for it, man. Cooked oysters are good raw. Is nasty. I know a lot of people who feel that way. What is my wife's grandmother says she wouldn't eat an oyster because she said I don't want to eat anything that swallows faster than I do.
I like them steamed more than I do deep fried or like oven baked or anything like that.
Yeah.
I like them raw and steamed.
What I'd do is you could take a old croaker sack and wet it real good and take the oysters and lay them on the grill
Mm-hmm.
and then put that over it and then close it and let it just steam in that.
See, when I was growing up, I'm from Charleston. Well, I'm from St. Louis, but I lived in Charleston before I moved up here. My dad was in the Navy, and we lived on the Navy base. And I can remember in the naval housing where we lived, there were like 55-gallon drums with, not cast iron, but just steel plates on top of the drums.
Mm-hmm.
And they would stick coals in the bottom of these drums and lay the oysters on top of the steel plates and throw burlap sacks over them. And that was just like commonplace in almost everybody's backyard back in the Navy housing.
Yeah. Man, my daddy was in the Navy too, Rusty. I know what you mean. He was stationed in Charleston for a while.
My dad was on the USS Houston.
My daddy put 30 years in.
Man.
At least too busy eating.
Yeah, you some good stuff.
So what you want to do next week, Lee? I came up with this. What do you want to do?
I don't know. Do we want to do a different kind of fish?
Works for me.
A different kind of canned seafood?
Hey, that works for me. Do that.
What are we going to? We got to do something different to what we did this time.
Yeah. As long as you don't use the same type of fish, you can do any kind of fish you want, is the way I see it. What do you think?
What do you think?
Okay, so no salmon and no sardines.
Now I got the hiccups.
Look at this. Look at this.
More,
She's back
please.
for more.
Whoa!
It's really good.
I know I'm gonna fix me another one of these pizza things.
Well, I also got to take into consideration next Wednesday we're supposed to be having another bad ice storm and snow coming in.
You gonna talk to him?
Oh, I was just looking to see.
See who that is?
Well, I know who it is.
Oh,
I just didn't know what he had cooked.
You should have already had the stuff by then.
Oh, Lee cooked.
That would just keep me from driving down here. The roads are bad.
And they're good. She's giving a face on it.
Try sardines.
I did, and you did
Well,
not
that's
like
one thing I
them.
was not a fan of. Because I like it, but I was not a fan.
And he also did a salmon pizza. It's cold. It's a cold salmon pizza.
that's
Yeah,
good.
I'd show you. I'd show you, but I have to make another one.
Yeah, the pizza's gone. Yeah, the pizza's,
I'll be on my way.
I'll make another one because I'm gonna eat another one.
okay.
So she says she's on her way.
Might take me several hours.
You look
About
at
4:15. Stay off I-85.
Yeah.
But this is still pretty warm, so it's okay. You want another one?
when y'all go to Noonan, do y'all go out? Y'all come down 77 and then hit Columbia
6.
on 20?
20 over to 26. Yeah.
Okay,
Go
26.
down to Augusta. Yep. I avoid as much. Like I can drive. The farthest I can go is Augusta.
Yeah.
After that, my attention is toast. I mean, I don't have it to go any farther than that. So,
You ever been to Carowinds?
huh?
You ever been to Carowinds?
I've been in the parking lot and I've driven by it about 80 times. I've never been inside the gates.
I've never been there either.
Several times. Had a season pass all of my life growing up as a kid. And when I was 14, Carowinds was my very first job.
Wow.
It was the only place that would hire anybody under, you had to be 15. If you were 14, you had to have a worker's permit with your parents' permission.
Yeah.
And that was how I was able to get my first job at 14 years old.
Wow.
Wow.
For those that don't know what Carowinds is, it's a theme park.
Yeah.
Just like Six Flags over Georgia, Six Flags period,
Yeah.
Kings Island.
Kings Island.
Yep. And it's just south of Charlotte.
Yep. I had to drive by it going to work every day. So, I mean, I drove by it. I've been in the parking lot a couple times. My wife's favorite liquor store is in that parking lot.
Oh man, that's funny.
Like the supermarket of liquor stores.
McDougal's?
Yeah. You go in there and I mean you split. You got the beer section, and then you go into this side and it's all liquor. All whiskeys and vodkas and all that stuff. So and they have a lot of stuff.
I'm sure they do.
My wife loves it in there.
Man.
She likes it's kind of like I like long walks on the beach. She likes I like long walks through the meat department. She likes long walks through the liquor department.
If you know, there's a Bojangles right down the road on Carowinds Boulevard, right down from the park. And I used to be the manager there. And Frugal McDougal, they would get all kinds of cups and spoons and glasses and stuff like that. And when it come time for them to change their merchandise around, they had so much left over. They would actually run by and they would drop stuff off at the store for all of my employees and stuff to take glasses and flasks and all kinds of stuff home that it was all liquor branded.
Wow.
Yeah. I walk around there and I'm like, yeah, that was a long time ago. I have no desire to get it anymore, but
Well,
It's
all
just-
right. I guess we've done about as all we can do tonight.
Yep, I'm making one of these for Maddie.
Oh, okay.
Well, watch
I
out for it.
forgot.
I got it cooking. Where's
Shouldn't
she at?
take long. Maddie, where you at?
Did she already leave?
You in the living room? She's in the living room. So what he did is he used. Where's she at? Thought she was coming in through the door. What he did was he put. He's got 2 pieces of flatbread and it's like a cream cheese and all in there between them.
Trying to use a spreadable cream cheese, but it's not spreading very well. So I got the store brand. I probably should have got the real stuff
Mhm.
because it's halfway spreading but tearing, and that's not on the container. Kind of not happy with that, right? And then I take the canned salmon that I drained, sprinkle that on. A little heavy. Got to go heavier because Rusty didn't get any salmon the last time.
Yeah, I always blame it on Rusty.
I know. Even when he's not here, he's screwing up. Had to yell at him last week.
I was in the kitchen cooking, and Teresa was in the bedroom. I had you playing on the TV, and she kept hollering at me, "They're still talking about you."
Every time Lee would drop something, he'd say, "Rusty."
Anytime I forgot something, it was always Rusty's fault. All right, now because he doesn't like, he doesn't like the black olives. I'm only gonna put it on one. Now you can put capers and green olives on there, but
Oh, capers, yeah,
yeah, but I'm not that busy.
I am.
So then I'm going to take some of these sweet Vidalia, Simply Vidalia.
Something like that, simply something.
These things are amazing.
They are good.
What is it? What are they?
It's pickled Vidalia onions.
Vidalia onions are my favorite onion, period.
Oh, yeah.
It's delicious. I was just talking to Nana about how much I love an onion.
Mhm.
Well, you can sit down and eat this whole darn jar.
Listen.
I'm not kidding. Not like I haven't done it. I mean, somebody could do it.
This is my mini me right here.
Yep.
Well, honey, you sit down with a fork and with this jar, and if you're on TikTok like my wife is, that jar's gone before you're tired of TikTok.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, now we're going to put a little bit of bacon.
Yeah, and they say by Sunday, TikTok's supposed to be cut off in the United States.
I deleted my account.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they've got.
They've been saying it for 6 years, though.
TikTok has until the 19th to either sell or shut down their United States operations. The United States is cutting them off, period. But they've got till Sunday.
So now I'm garnishing with this partially dried parsley.
Make sure you got the right jar.
I did.
Okay. Don't want to stope on my
And
food.
then I'm going to use cilantro because I like cilantro.
He says it's like eating ivory soap.
I love cilantro.
Yeah, but there's like a 10% part of the population
Yeah.
for some reason it
It's like
tastes
a genetic
soap.
thing, I guess.
I guess so. I don't know, but
That's what I've heard at
yeah.
least.
I think it's a mutation gone wrong.
Oh, I've known people that just tried to force themselves to like it, saying it, and they said, "I just can't get past it."
Mike, you remember when they said a marble won't do anything to you when you're pregnant? Marble, a cigarette.
Yeah, Marlboro. Yeah,
Oh.
Camel Joe
Oh.
won't hurt you at all if you're pregnant.
Yeah.
but it'll make your kid think cilantro's soap. I'm just kidding. That's not really real.
We'll invent facts.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying it's ironic that, generation, I don't know. Generation thing, I don't know. Who knows? All right, so there it is, Maddie.
What is it?
That looks delicious.
It does.
Mm, Hey, let me see. Let me see. Let
Uh,
me see.
What is it that we had somebody famous said this, that
Oh, yum.
we want
Delish.
facts over truth. I'm like, what?
No, not this generation. They want whatever over anything.
Yeah.
They don't want the truth. They don't want facts. They want influencers to tell them what in the holy heck they're supposed to be believing, saying, and if it ain't got nothing to do with aliens and The Walking Dead, it ain't happening. Walking Dead's still like prominent now.
Or vampires. Or vampires.
Oh yeah. Well, no, the vampires went out when the zombies came around.
This is true.
Because the werewolf guy,
Yeah.
Did you see them making a new American Werewolf?
No, who's going to be in it?
Wolfman. I don't know who it is, but they're making a Wolfman. Yeah. And then you could always add a fried egg to this if you wanted to.
Because of my last name, my brother and I were called Werewolf.
Well, that's original.
Yeah.
Last werewolf I saw was Michael J. Fox. He was playing basketball in high school or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if he did his own stunts in that or what.
I did get to watch the, John Wick.
Yeah, I love John Wick movies.
So they've got a series out on Peacock that is the Continental.
Yeah.
Reeves plays John Wick.
Yes.
I've seen the commercial. I've never seen the show.
That's the hotel that they would stay in.
So the Continental is a hotel. Yeah. So it's the story of how Winston got in charge of the Continental.
I've been wanting to watch it, and I hadn't had the time to sit down and watch it.
Make time.
I
It's 3 episodes, and they're kind of long, but I watched all 3 of them back to back.
The guy that played the concierge,
Yeah.
he died in real
did
life.
he?
Yeah.
Oh,
In real life. He died. He had cancer. Which he had a reoccurring role on Bosch also. I don't know if you've ever watched Bosch.
no.
It's on Amazon.
That's where the surgeries get messed up, right?
The what?
That's where the surgeries get messed up?
No. Bosch. BOSCH. Like
You're thinking-
Bullets, Bosch.
Okay.
He's a detective with Los Angeles Police Department. And the guy played the chief on the police department. And Bosch is
Yep, I ain't seen that.
he had
And Mike, you seem to like cop shows for some reason.
some of them. I don't like all of them.
How many times do you sit there and watch them and say, "There ain't no way you do that. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong."
Every show I watch. Every show I watch, I'll critique it. But I'll tell you the 2 shows that were more like real police work than anything you ever saw were Barney Miller and Hill Street Blues. Barney Miller, because everybody's always cracking jokes.
Yeah.
Everybody's a comedian on the police force. And you got people that you arrest that are just saying stuff that you just sit there and go, wow, you know. And you have some that can crack some of the funniest stuff. You have people you arrest that can crack some funny stuff. And Hill Street Blues, that's the next one. That's the one that is the other one, like real life policing. And I pay homage to Hill Street Blues with my sign off on my videos of "Let's be careful out there," because that's what Sergeant Phil Esterhouse said on Hill Street Blues before he would dismiss them from the morning briefing.
Okay.
We always watched Chips. That was our show. We didn't watch Barney Miller very rarely, but Chips was a show. Oh, Poncherello.
Yeah, that was about the least police show you ever saw in your life.
Yeah.
Well, Cop Rock too. That was another one.
I don't remember that one.
That's the one that had Johnny Lee Miller, and everything was being sung. It was by the same guy who did Hill Street Blues. I'm going, how can you do Hill Street Blues and follow it up with this crap?
With that, yeah.
My wife is addicted to that special victims unit. It has iced tea in it or ice cube or whatever.
Iced tea. Yeah.
My wife really likes that one.
Yeah, some part of the refrigerator. Yeah, I've never gotten into that show. I've never tried it. I didn't watch it. I don't know why I didn't watch it. I've never seen an episode of it.
My youngest one, Cub, she really got into that one. That's with her.
I watched the Chicago shows. Fire, Med, and PD. The writing on Blue Bloods was magnificent. That show consistently had great writing, and I mean, you know, that writing, you got people that. You got shows that couldn't write. They'd write good episodes all the time. And you had shows that couldn't make one episode good with the writing. So,
well,
yeah, we're still going.
What do you think about, since you said clam chowder, why don't we make it a New England clam or a clam chowder? We won't call it New England because we don't have nothing from New England.
No, we don't.
We can do a
clam chowder next week.
Do a clam chowder.
Let's do it.
Make it a half bat. Make it a 1 quart pot. Whoa. Well, you got more to feed, so
yeah.
Right. Let's do a clam chowder.
Okay, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna cook it with on them. I'll get something. I'll find something out. I'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll just do a clam chowder. Do it any size you want.
There you go. Okay.
I'll probably cut mine in half because
Is it got to be out of a can?
Yep. The clams have got to come out of a can.
Probably because we're not going to get fresh clams.
No, I'm not a clam chowder like a can of Campbell's clam chowder soup or something.
No. You can't do that.
Okay.
No, we're actually making a clam chowder.
Okay.
The only thing that's coming out of a can is the clams. Well, if you're going to add something that goes in it, that's fine too. You know, because to do a can, but we're making the soup.
The requirement will be a clam chowder.
We're making the soup. Soup does not come from a can.
Well, if you're running behind and you're like, eh.
Yeah.
So, all right. Clam chowder.
Clam chowder. I like it. Already got an idea of what I'm going to do. I just got
So, all right, Mike.
Ingredient I got to find, but
all right. We will get out of here. And we'll see y'all next week. Remember, there's 2 rules in cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Rock on. Y'all are awesome. Have a great week.
Have a great week, guys.
Let's be careful out there.
All right. Bye.